All right, everyone, we are here with two very special guests. We are joined by Taylor and Clarke from Love Island, USA. We are so excited to talk to you guys. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank
Of
you.
course.
How are we feeling after these, first couple days outside the villa? What are the emotions like right now?
I'm happy to be outside the villa, but I'm also sad to be outside the villa at the same time. Um, Still disconnected from the world at this point. I still don't have my phone, so it's just like just enjoying my time with Clark and spending it outside the villa.
Yeah, when you guys got eliminated, I think a lot of us were very upset that you guys got eliminated because we see the real connection between you two. But on the other side of that, it's like, well, they get to leave together and you guys get to be in Fiji together now, which is really great. But when that elimination happened, what was everything going through your mind at first?
I wasn't surprised or shocked by it, because it was like, we were just voted bottom three for everything. So it wasn't shocking, but it was just like at least I got to leave together with her because we're the first couple who got to leave actually together.
Mm-hmm.
So,
True.
uh, it was a good feeling to like not have to wait for her and she not have to wait for me to get out.
Yeah. Clark, you just mentioned, all those votes and whatnot, and we thought you handled that with such grace because that's got to be like kind of a little, messes up your head a little bit. What were you kind of thinking when that challenge was happening and you were getting the results? How did you handle that?
I just was like, I haven't had that much screen time. People don't really know me as well as they know the other people in here. And given like the adversity with the whole me and Taylor situation, it was to be expected. So I don't know. It's just like it is what it is. Maybe they'll see a little bit more and feel differently moving forward, but it's all good for now.
Yeah.
Right, because with that challenge and the way that the guys would decide where the girls stand and the girls decide where the guys stand, and for you kept being put at the least, and that happened to be the way America voted, and that's the first time you're kind of finding out how you think America feels in that moment. Meanwhile, as viewers, time moves fast. I mean, it moves fast for you guys, but the reactions and the way people feel move really fast.
Yeah.
And I think, for Taylor, I think people watching, they maybe had seen that you were kind of holding back with Alandria. Do you think you were holding back because you knew those feelings weren't there before you even maybe expressed that?
No, because like what I had with Angel was real. It was like a true feeling I had for her. I really did like her. But it was just a feeling that Clark gave me, which is like a feeling that Landry didn't give me. It was like an instant spark there. So it was just like, why keep trying to force something with Landry when I had something instant with Clark?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I ended up choosing Clark. But I wasn't holding back nothing from Landry because I was still planning dates for her. Yeah, so
Yeah.
I think every connection is different because like obviously my connection with Taylor and Alandria's connection with Taylor are two different connections because we're two different people. So I think it just depends. Like, I don't know, my parents were more of a slow burn and this is more of like a spark. So it just depends. Like,
Mm-hmm.
Clark, what was it like for you to come into the villa after Casa and kind of be thrown into the mix with all the other couples and all the other girls and, knowing that Taylor and Alandria had that history? What was it like for you kind of adjusting to being with everybody?
It was awkward because I know like at the recoupling, him picking me, I don't know, I'm an emotional girl. So hearing that the OG girls weren't happy with that, I was like, I don't know. And then I got to know Alandria too. So I'm like, okay, I feel bad now because she's in a weird spot. Like at that moment, we're not knowing what's going to happen to the people that aren't chosen. So it was weird at first, but at the end of the day, they were all still very welcoming to me. Amaya pulled me aside and was like, listen, I know I'm very active, but I want you to know that I'm welcoming of you and da 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 da. Da. So With Tom, I got close to everybody.
Yeah.
So
And I think we saw that a little bit more. Maybe the scenes weren't focused on that, but you could see on the side, like Iris is hugging you while you guys are sitting there, which I think we were all just happy to see because sometimes it moves so quickly and you think, oh my God, some are being left out, especially with Casa Girls coming in late. So it's nice to hear that eventually with time it got to a better point. Right when you guys left the show, right before that, we saw Taylor make things exclusive, and it was maybe worded as closed off and becoming exclusive. Does that now translate to outside the villa as well, or was that an inside the villa thing?
he told me in that moment he used the word exclusive because it's not like closed off is more of a villa term.
Mm-hmm.
So exclusive definitely translates in the outside world.
Good, because I think when we talked about it, we were like, people had questions like closed off. It's the last week. Of course they're closed off. But when you say exclusive, it feels like you guys are going to explore this more on the outside.
Definitely, yeah.
What's the first thing you guys want to do as a couple when you get back to the States?
Rodeo.
It's like
Fucking rodeo.
get this man to his horses ASAP.
Please, like,
In mind over
I'm
here.
losing it.
Oh, I love that. That's gonna be so much fun. I think we're excited to see. Is it crazy now not having like being outside the villa, not having your phones, or is it kind of nice to not have it still?
I'm good without it right now.
That's the thing, like I ain't had my phone in so long. It's just
Same.
like I don't miss it right now. So I mean, it is kind of nice not having it, not
Mhm.
knowing what's going on in the outside world, not knowing what people saying about you,
Yeah.
good or bad. So it's just like right now it's like stress free.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Speaking of missing things, Taylor, are you missing Ace and Nick at all?
Hell yeah, I'm missing the bros, man. Like literally whenever Ace get back, I'm staying with him for a few days. So
Mm,
yeah, I'm
yeah.
definitely missing the bros.
There was a lot of conversation about your guys' friendship. I think we all love to see the goofy, fun moments that you guys had together, running around and planning dates for other people. But on the other side of that, I'm sure you've seen, because you heard it in the villa, Austin talking about, oh, Ace's minions and people just doing what Ace says. How did you feel about that while you were in the villa? Do you feel like you were just listening to what Ace said, or were you like, hey, we're friends here and we sort of agree?
Hell no, I think it's definitely more of like a we friends and we agree type of situation because some shit I didn't agree with Ace and some shit Ace didn't agree with me. So it's not like whatever Ace said went because hell no, that's not how it's gonna go. But we all gave each other input and thoughts on what we all thought were needed in like date ideas or situations. Like it would be times that Ace come to me for advice, and
Mm-hmm.
uh, it wasn't just like a whatever Ace say we finna do type of situation.
Sometimes from the editing, it seems that way.
Yeah, and I think it's been, a lot of the Islanders that have left that have jumped on TikTok, and you guys will see it when you get your phones back. They're all hanging out in LA. They're doing TikTok lives. They're talking
They've
about
already
it.
gone to birthday parties.
Yeah, they're doing the whole thing, but like they all have kind of not all, but a few of them have kind of made the same sort of comments of like Ace being definitely taking like a leadership role in the villa, whether that was decided by you guys or decided on his own that he was gonna have that he was gonna do that. Did you guys feel like he was wanting to kind of lead the villa?
Yeah, coming in, it was just like, as a man, you want to be a leader. And so, Ace from the get-go really tried to assert his dominance and say, he wants to be the leader of everything and da da da. And so it's like, we're not off in a butt heads with each other. So, we let we just let Ace have that role, I guess.
Yeah.
Um, we can go that route. We're just like,
Yeah.
you know what? This will make you happy, Ace. You got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now we're seeing Nick and Olandria explore their connection. If we go back to more of the beginning days, if Nick had told you, hey, I'm really into Olandria, despite your guys' friendship, how do you think you would have navigated that?
Shit, I would tell him go for it.
Mm.
It's Love Island. We all here to explore every connection possible and try to come out with something. So if that's what he wanted to explore early in, I would have told him, shit, go for it, bro. Like
Mm.
I got no problem with it.
Yeah, and it looked like it looks like everybody around the fire pit was really excited to see them recouple. Like we had saw you, Taylor, be like, "You like that's my guy, like that's my boy."
Yeah.
Like everyone was excited. Was everyone, the other Islanders in the villa, like cheering for them to really try and see if that's a real connection?
Yeah, definitely, because they both showed interest from each other since day one, and so like this is like what the third or fourth, second or third time that they're coming back
Yeah.
up together. So it's just like, okay, y'all, like y'all really got to like try this because everything happens for a reason. The universe keep putting them back together, so
Yeah.
it might be something true there.
Clarke, it's so hard for so many different reasons to like navigate being in the villa, coming back with in your couple from Casa. And there was a couple moments that we saw where it wasn't like a blatant warning, but Alandria kind of was like, "Hey, I'm just letting just keep your eyes open," kind of thing. What were you thinking? Because you didn't really say too much back. You were just like, "Okay,
Yeah.
like thank you, I got it." But like what were you really thinking in those moments?
Like I said, everybody's okay. Yes, we both have a connection with Taylor, but at the end of the day, our experiences are not going to be the same. So something that bothers her might not bother me. It just kind of depends on the person. And I wanted to hear her out. I wanted to validate like how she was feeling. So I just kind of didn't say too much, but in my head, I'm like, we'll see. Like, and Andreina pulled me to the side and she was like, listen, like, make your own decisions, like, don't let people get in your head about what you're feeling. So
Yeah.
that's what I did. Yeah.
Yeah. No, and as you should. I'm curious if were there any other guys that you had your eye on in Casa, or like you contestants always have an idea, like who did you have going in your mind? Ooh, I think I could be interested in them, and then who surprised you, and obviously ended up being Taylor.
Honestly, he was my number
Yeah.
one. Um, I mean, I'm not like, so like when it comes to physical appearance, like of course I want you to be attractive and I feel like all the girls and guys in there are, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that would be a problem for me. I'm more of a personality person and like how do you treat me?
Mhm.
So I don't know. It
Yeah.
just worked out.
Yeah, it worked out. When it came to the heart rate challenge, you know what that entails. You know everybody's going to be kissing everybody. Everybody's trying to do like sexy stuff to get the heart rate up. How did you feel about the situation with Alandria, like kind of going all out for Taylor?
No comment. I don't know. She did her big one. I can't be mad. Like she has to, do what she had to do.
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys think that Shelly's, obviously she was upset with Huda after that heart rate challenge with what went down with Ace. And I think we saw part of it, but a lot of what was talked about online was like, oh, did we miss something that maybe happened? Like that they're getting so upset about? Did you guys feel like she went too far? Huda went too far there?
You damn right she did. Like,
Did
listen, bro. When I tell y'all, Huda
she
did her.
did her biggest one.
Yeah,
She did.
she did her big one on Ace. Like,
Can I ask, people online were like, she must have like sat on his face. Did that happen?
damn near. Yeah.
Yeah.
It damn near happened.
Sorry, guys. This was just the conversation that was happening online.
No, I
I'm
mean,
just like it. She pretty much did.
Mhm.
You know. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Oh.
yeah.
You can tell by the reactions. It
But
was,
you guys are-
like you said, it was the big one.
It caused a little bit of confusion because Shelly seemed so upset, and everyone viewers watching was like, well, was Huda just doing the same as all the other girls? Like it seemed like everybody was trying to go all out. But obviously from your reactions, we can kind of put two and two together on
Yeah.
on that one. You guys have had some crazy challenges that they've thrown you into, and we didn't normally we get movie night, right? We didn't get movie night this year. We got the mail-in challenge where everyone got to write down all their feelings. What was the vibe in the villa like after you guys went through that challenge? And do you think everybody was as brutally honest as it seemed they were?
I feel like everybody was
Yeah.
definitely honest as they seemed they were. With the guys, we was cool the next morning. We had no beef between the guys. Now the girls a different story. Okay, the girls had they own shit going on, but the guys like we woke up the next morning like we feel like this low key brought us closer, and the girls had animosity with each other. So
Yeah.
Not with me though.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was safe. I was
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
But
Is there
it
anything
was
is there anything that you wanted to write down that you decided not to, that you're like, oh, I wish I can get this off my chest now?
nah, not really, not for me. I ain't had no beef with nobody in the villa.
Hmm.
So I was cool with everybody. So I ain't have
Yeah.
really nothing to say about nobody.
Hmm.
I mean, I said what I had to say about Nick pissing on the damn toilet. That's about it.
Did you think it was kind of, when everybody was like, own up to what you wrote? Like if you wrote it, just say it. Did you think everyone was going to do that, or did everyone really go in thinking it was going to be anonymous when they wrote it down?
I thought everybody's gonna own up to their stuff about what they said, but obviously when they got to Chris and was saying the shit about Chris, and nobody stood up for Chris's shit, and nobody really stood up for Pepe's stuff that they wrote about him and Hannah and that
yeah,
whole situation.
interesting.
Yeah.
That was
So I was like, like, why don't y'all just stand up and say you
Yeah.
own it? Like,
Yeah. I think it was Huda, wasn't it? Didn't she say it afterwards?
Or was it Andreina?
Oh, or yeah,
She's
somebody.
the one who
Yeah,
wrote
yeah,
the
yeah,
Pepe
yeah.
one,
I
no?
thought- yeah, maybe. I forget who it was. Somebody it was funny because in the episode we saw them afterwards be like, it was me, but I don't want to say anything.
Yes. Oh, yeah, because there was one where somebody
Yeah.
was in bed being like, I wrote that,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I didn't want
yeah,
them to
exactly,
know.
exactly.
Yes, yeah.
Which is, it's so crazy. Clarke, we just talked to Grayson when she was out of the villa as well, and she just like had the nicest things to say about you girls and the Casa girls. What was the bond like for you ladies that you had going in from Casa to the villa?
We were super close, like everybody. I don't know, Vanna and her sense of humor that all the girls just understood. Grayson, my little pageant princess. Coco, me and her were like prayer sisters, like singing gospel all the time. We just clicked on a lot of things. And then Jaden, I love her. I don't know. We were all very close. So
Hmm. It's nice to hear that you guys have that bond in Casa, and which I feel like you have to have, because there is a little bit of a disadvantage going into the villa, especially when it comes to the voting. We saw Taylor, you got saved out of everybody with that big vote. Did you feel like that was going to happen? Did you have an inkling because of your friendships, or were you still nervous?
of course I'm gonna be nervous because it was like shit, anybody can go home. So you're always gonna be nervous about it, but like for everybody to see how happy I was in my connection with Clark and everything, and all the friendships that I have made in there, and how I've been there for everybody, I knew like they're gonna
Hmm.
be there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now we know you guys have a very strong connection, and you were unfortunately sent home. Now with these final couples that are left, who do you guys think has the strongest connection, and who do you think has the least?
Strongest connection, I have to say Ace and Shelly.
Hmm.
Weakest connection, probably Chris and Huda.
Yeah. Clarke, you agree with that?
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys have, been able to stay up on the episodes too as much, but it's sometimes well, there hasn't even been anything really that we've seen, of course, but there are obviously things that are going on now. But it was one of those crazy votes for you guys where I think everyone was voting. Huda and Chris seemed like they were moving in the right direction. Everyone votes, and then we watch the next episode, and it's like the wheels are falling off. And I'm sure a lot of people were like, I changed my vote.
Yeah.
I changed my vote. But I don't. It's the Huda and Jeremiah stuff took up so much of the early part of the season. Were you guys ready to just close that? Because when Jeremiah's name got brought up again in the mail-in challenge, was it like, oh, I kind of wish we weren't talking about this again, Taylor?
Definitely, because it
Yeah.
was like, that was, for the most part, it was damn near the first 2.5 weeks of everybody's experience was the
Hmm.
whole put in their mind situation. Every time they had a problem, it was just like, oh shit, here we go again. And so we were expecting to not even bring up that situation no more and just let that, be done because that took up so much of our time. We were
Hmm.
kind of all fed up with it.
Did
Yeah.
any part of you regret sending Jeremiah home, or did you feel like that was the right decision?
I felt like that was the right decision.
Hmm.
The way he lived his Love Island experience versus everybody else up there, it was just like, the other two lived it the right way, and he
Yeah.
really so.
There's been some funny like memes and tweets, of course, and the viewers have joked that like this season of Love Island is different because it's like it says whenever anybody finds love, they get assassinated. Like it's like once the connection is fully formed, they're like, up, get them
Yeah,
out of here,
off the island.
or break up the couple. Do you guys feel like once couples started to make strong connections, people were eliminated?
Definitely,
Yeah.
with the Charlie Hannah situation, and then the Hannah and Bebe situation, we're just like, damn, like they dropping like flies. Like you meet somebody, you vibe with them, and then shit, you gone. So at this point, you might want to be friends with everybody, But I definitely felt that though.
Yeah, and I think it just also lined up perfectly with you guys, having that exclusive talk, and then I was like, okay, see ya. Like, it was
Right.
like-
It did kind of feel like it was written in the stars when we saw the big performance, and then I was like, ooh, this episode's gonna play out where they're going home because they're too happy right now.
Good.
Yeah, man, it was just like, in the villa, when you get happy, that's when bad shit starts.
So I know you guys said you think Ace and Shelly have the strongest connection. Is that who you two will be rooting for to win the big finale at the end of this week?
I'm rooting for everybody, to
Yeah.
be honest.
Took the
Like
words out of my mouth.
everybody in there is part of the bros. Like we all family for life, and so you know, I want everybody doing it that was possible.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
That's a nice answer.
It was
very nice.
Just rooting for everybody. Well, we're excited to see
Yep.
how it plays out, of course, and who gets it. But we're so excited for you two that you got to leave the villa together.
Mhm.
Like you said, you were the only couple so far that's gotten to leave together, and have that moment and bond. So enjoy the rest of your phoneless time.
Yes.
Because then when you get back to it, you'll see everything that's been going on, and maybe you'll want to just throw your phone away again.
So soak in Fiji while you're there.
Exactly. Guys, thank you
Thank you guys.
Thank you so much for joining us and talking with us. We really appreciate it.
Thank you
Thank you.
guys.
Nice to meet y'all.
Nice meeting you.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.